Hey everyone, my name is Captain Jack and welcome back to Trek Central. Today we're talking about the comic Star Trek Year 5 Issue 16 from IDW Publishing. We've been exploring and covering the previous issues of the last year and I'm excited to be back exploring this issue again. Remember, if you want to read it for yourself and not be spoiled by the contents of this video, then you can pick it up from all good comic book shops and also the IDW online website. We've left a link down below in the video description to where you can go pick this up. If you do want to give it a read for yourself, I suggest you do, it's quite good. If you're new around here and want to stay up to date with the latest Star Trek developments in news, lore and more, make sure to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video and follow us on social media to get daily updates on the Star Trek universe. Okay, with that out of the way, let's jump into Year 5, Issue 16. The crew of the original Enterprise is back with the latest issue of Year 5. Now, the Year 5 chronicles the last year of Captain Kirk's legendary 5-year mission and their return home after a long journey. When we last left the crew of the Enterprise, they had travelled to Andoria to investigate a new social movement that had swept the Federation, originalism. The philosophy that only the founding members of the Federation, Earth, Vulcan, Andoria and Teller Prime, should benefit from Federation protection and that all exploration should come to a halt. After travelling to Andoria, Captain Kirk and Scotty discover that none other than Harry Mudd has been chosen as the candidate for the originalist movement. Knowing that his candidacy would spell doom for the Federation, Kirk has vowed to stop him at all costs. We open this issue with Mudd giving a rousing speech to the originalist sympathisers. We see him appeal to those species that founded the Federation, saying that they're the ones that deserve real membership. This rhetoric invokes the politics of Harry Mudd's real-life political surrogate, Donald Trump. During President Trump's inauguration speech, he pledged a policy of America first, just as Mudd promises to cater to Federation founders first. Star Trek continues to be a point of its real-world allergies, even after 54 years of a changing social and political landscape. We then cut to the time-travelling agent from the future, Gary 7, as he meets with Mudd in his office. Gary appeared to Mudd at the end of a previous issue with unclear intentions, but it now reveals to Mudd that he is no friend of the Federation and desires to use Mudd's ability to cause chaos to his advantage. He appeals to Harry Mudd's ego and gives him an offer to prove his usefulness to Gary and his mysterious masters. However, Mudd is wary of Gary's offer and tells his android assistant Sela to gather all the data from the Andorians she can. Mudd realises his ruse as an originalist candidate may be over and wants to salvage what he can. Later, Captain Kirk, Scotty and the Folian-turned ally, Bright Eyes, come with a plan to get information of Sela, the android. Previously, Scotty tried overpowering Sela, but her strength was unmatched. Instead of using force, Bright Eyes suggests to use a more subtle approach of simply talking to Sela to get information out of her. We then see a short scene of Spock undergoing an evaluation from Nurse Chapel. Spock is concerned that his cognitive abilities are not performing as he would expect, and worries that something is wrong with him. However, Nurse Chapel assures Spock that he is not mentally unfit for duty. Spock trusts her opinion, and the two share a moment of mutual affection. The gesture is seen as flirtatious by Nurse Chapel, perhaps hinting at a future romance between the two characters. Back on Andoria, Scotty continues spying on Sela. He finds her alone and apologises for sneaking up on her in the previous issue, but she doesn't seem to mind. Scotty then proceeds to out-logic Sela, convincing her that what she is doing will in fact hurt Harry more than help him. While Sela is loyal to Harry, it is believable that a man like Scotty could outthink her, since she is not a very advanced android. Although she is an android, she is not as advanced as someone like Data, who isn't programmed to think and act for himself. Captain Kirk then confronts Harry Mudd as he tries to covertly leave Andoria, blaming on a supposed dying grandmother. Kirk tells Mudd that Sela told him everything. Harry is going to steal state secrets from the Andorians and sell them to the highest bidder. Mudd then takes the Andorian leader Rhine hostage and reveals that he was never really intent on becoming an originalist candidate. However, just at the right time, Spock beams down behind Mudd and renders him unconscious with the classic Vulcan nerve pinch. Kirk and the crew leave him on Andoria to be dealt with by Andorian officials, hopeful they will not have to choose someone to be as nefarious to replace him. We then see Renee in an office when none other than Gary 7 appears and suggests that Renee should replace Mudd as the originalist candidate. Renee protests, saying she does not have enough experience, but Gary 7 counters by saying that neither did Harry Mudd. We then end the issue of Renee agreeing to work with Gary 7 and leave the originalist movement in Mudd's place. Gary 7's true interests are still unclear. We know that he's no friend to the Federation and that Kirk is a direct threat to the future he is trying to create. All we know is that the originalists somehow play into the mission to destabilize the Federation and cause its collapse. With only 2 issues in the series left, we'll likely learn his true intentions very soon. Although it was interesting to see Harry Mudd re-enter the fold, it's a bit disappointing we did not get to see him pose more of a threat to the Enterprise. For such a clever man, he was defeated rather easily by Captain Kirk and Scotty. It is surprising he did not have more tricks up his sleeve after he was found out by Kirk, and surprisingly his deception was uncovered so quickly. It is possible he may still pose a threat to the story, though he is most likely finished since Gary 7 has found a more suitable candidate. Of course, that does wrap up our review and breakdown of Star Trek Year 5 Issue 16. Again, there's only 2 issues left in this amazing comic book series so far, so if you've not had a chance to read it yet, I definitely would recommend going and giving it a read. It's really one of the best comics I've read this year, and I am absolutely loving it. Of course, those are our thoughts. Don't forget, if you have any thoughts and comments of your own, make sure to let us know in the video comment section below. We look forward to hearing from you. If you want to keep up to date on the latest Star Trek news, lore and more, then make sure to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at Trek Central. You can also follow us on social media or join our community Discord server. Don't forget, tomorrow we're back with our Star Trek Discovery Episode 8 review. Don't miss that one, it's going to be a blast. For now, I've been Captain Jack here on Trek Central. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.